No worries, I'm here. Just give me a minute. All right, like I said, I am here. I am on time for once in my life. I know, right? I am going to try to make this pretty fucking quickly. I was hoping to do this whole long thing or whatever, but then I realized that Amy had rescheduled her live from last night because I started setting up the live and everybody was on there and nobody went to Amy's, I guess. So I felt pretty bad about that. And then after I had already made this live, um, I saw the schedule thing pop up for hers, and I was like, oh shit. So I'm probably gonna quickly, yeah, it's really shitty day, man, because this is a dude I knew, not a lot, but I talked to him and shit on the. What the fuck? To try to make me buy stuff. So not gonna happen, dipshits. But yeah, I was hoping Shibby would be in here that he could link everybody to Amy's live. Hmm, but I guess he's not. So, like I said, I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. And it is sad because, for one, it's always a bad day when we lose a decent guy named Charles. Period. And we're a very small group of. I think I'd like to think we're our own species, of decent people usually, and it's really a bad day when one of them is murdered or assassinated in this instance or whatever. And yeah, this is a dude I talked to on YouTube and a few emails and on Facebook and stuff. And for one, I couldn't troll him, and I got respect for anybody I can't troll because I'm an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Chevy. Sweet. I'm gonna be quick. Don't worry. I'm not gonna fuck up her live again. But yeah, I'll do the whole musical and all that other thing either after hers or tomorrow or something like that. So don't worry about it; it's still coming. Hey, Shibby. But yeah, I figured I just talked about the Charlie Kirk thing. There is a manhunt going on right now because they are still looking for the one, whoever it was that killed Charlie Kirk. Um, but from what I'm hearing at the moment of time, it might have been somebody that's a professional or literally maybe former military or something along those lines. And it's a sad fucking day. And pardon my French, you guys, but it's a sad damn day when somebody's murdered just because of their personal beliefs. And it's just really fucking sad. It really is because the dude, like I said, I talked to him myself. He was a decent guy, very smart, very intelligent, smarter than me for God's sakes. And freaking, well, he didn't wish harm upon anybody. He didn't do anything. He didn't say bad words about the other side and all this other. Well, I wouldn't say, you know what I mean by that. But he wanted to sit down and have discussions from both sides on usually everything, and that was basically his answer to everything, the way things should be, without all the fighting, with all the drama, with none of that. Just a simple discussion between people that have different beliefs, and that's all that man ever wanted. And it's just fucking sad. It really is. It is. Because as far as I'm concerned, we lost a good person today, and there's plenty of them on both sides. Actually, all sides, independent, everything else. It's almost like politics reminds me of Delphi in a way, and it's sad to say that we lost one of the good ones. Because even though you may not have shared his beliefs, even I didn't share most of his, at least half of his beliefs. But no, he was a good person. And anybody that's out there that's happy this has happened or anything like that, You should be ashamed of yourself, and I'd love for you to come tell me that to my face. All I gotta say, because yeah, that's what I'm saying. Discussion, debates. I won't even call them debates at this point because debate has become a literal, a violent word in its own way. I like to say conversations, and that's why when I go around to the people in the Delphi community, the other creators and everything else, when I ask them to come on there and do a collab or something with me regarding Delphi, I always say the same word: conversation. I'd like to have a conversation, because that way it won't be taken anywhere near as negatively, and that's all it is. No aggression, no being pissed, none of that other stuff. Just a simple conversation between people that are probably friends. Just because people think differently does not mean that we're enemies or that we deserve horrible things to happen to us or anything like that. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. This is, and we as creators and everything else, also, we need to do better. Yeah, we just need to do better because we have to be careful on what we say and all this other stuff because we never know who the hell is listening. And you never know who, one little joke or something like that, or one sarcastic comment, some psycho can take that seriously. And Lord knows what kind of person this person was. And I hope they just catch him soon. And hey, Heather. And hello, Michelle. Hey, Thomas. Hey, Dino. Shibby, I already said hi to. Dino Fire. But yeah, on another matter, real quick, that person that I was talking about last night or whatever, as long as they seem to act like they're being decent, like the way they are, I don't mind if they stay in the chat, so don't worry about it. In fact, just leave that one to me. If they start giving it a line, one way, shape, or form, I'll just deal with it myself. That way, nobody else has to be the bad guy. But yeah, no, I don't care if that person happens to be one of my worst enemies. Don't matter to me. Uh, Maybe they'll learn something for once. Hello, Tracy. Like I said, I'm making this very quickly. I'm probably going to make another live tonight or tomorrow that goes a lot more in depth in the information and stuff, but I didn't want to screw over Amy again because I didn't mean to last night. So, yeah. But yeah, in Utah, Charlie Kirk was just trying to do his usual political university kind of meet and greet kind of thing where he sits down basically and has conversations and shit with people. With the other side, because that's what we should be doing, talking. And it seems from a good distance or whatever that a considerable decent amount of distance, by the way, a single shot, mind you, fired, hit Charlie Kirk in the left side of the neck. And sadly, I have seen video of this already. It's pretty fucked up. And no, I will not show it to you. And no, you will not get it from me. But no, and as the police are saying, they thought they had two guys that they thought were involved in this really quickly, but it turns out neither of them actually are. One's going to be released soon, I hear, or is being charged with something else. I think obstructing police or something like that. And the other guy was already released. These are not the shooter. He is still free. He is still on the run. And basically everything I've seen so far, without knowing distance and all that stuff, I'm being told that there's a good possibility that this was somebody like a professional, ex-military, something like that, because nobody saw the actual. Well, I keep hearing different things, like somebody saying, "Oh, we saw the shooter," but then we didn't see the shooter. But then they show some old guy, but I find out the old guy isn't the shooter. So it's like, what the fuck? I'm sure the story is going to unfold more as time goes by. But yeah, it's just a sad day. And I'm not, fuck politics. I don't like politics. Honestly, you might get mad when you hear this. I've never fucking voted. I'm never going to vote. It's all rigged anyways, and they want us to, pretend like we have control over any of this. We don't. So why should I put any effort forward to go out there and, vote? I shouldn't. Never have, never will. Except for, wait. I did vote for legalizing marijuana. That's the literally only thing that I've ever voted for in my entire life. Need I say more? It's not too hard. I need to know more about the rifle and stuff like that. And I haven't heard it's exactly like 200 yards either. At least when I looked it up or whatever, not very long ago, I didn't see anything about 200 yards yet. Oh, I know. It's just a lot of people put you down if you don't vote. I'm sorry. Look how the system and all that is set up completely and utterly, yo. And that is the fact that even if somebody we want to have elected starts getting decently ahead in whatever these polls are, unless he's one of the or she is one of the chosen one, they will have these preliminary blah 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 bullshits or whatever, smear campaigns and everything else just to make sure that person doesn't get elected. So as I said, it's a system that's set up to fucking rig everything else. It's basically you take what you can get and you shut the fuck up. And I'm sorry, I don't play that game. I don't trust the Democrats. I don't trust the Republicans. And honestly, I really don't probably even trust the independents either. I think all three of them are fucking crooked as shit and they're all out to get us. And they're all trying to become rich assholes. And that's my literal, actual belief in the whole matter when it comes to politics. So if you need me to put it out there, there you go, people. My beliefs in politics is literally fuck politics. Understood? Okay, I'm glad we got this point across. But there's conservatives, there is Democrats, Republicans, Independents on both sides that are good people that actually do things the right way and try to calmly, rationally have conversations and stuff and not fight. You know, I've seen too much lately where it's always one side, mind you. A bunch of either attempted assassinations or now successful assassinations have been occurring, and it's all the one side fucking doing it, and it's starting. Honestly, it's kind of pissing me off. You know, I don't want to call out any side, and I will not do so. But you know, do better. That's all I can say is do fucking better. Because if whatever you're saying in the press and everything else is starting to cause people to try to murder other people, well, for one, you should be ashamed of yourself. And for two, you should possibly face charges. Because it's a horrible thing to have one less good person named Charles in this fucking world. I know. Trust me, I know. I'd like to know all of them. It's part of the requisite, you know. We actually have to know all of the other Charleses. It's part of the deal. I will probably be back after Amy's live to talk about some not murderous things. Probably. I'll probably fail at doing the non-murderous things, but yeah, I'm going to try doing psychology myself tonight and see how it goes. I had a friend come to me, and I wasn't getting. I'm not going to out them or anything because that'd be rude. But they asked me a question or whatever concerning things involving like Ozzy Osbourne, and I don't even remember reading about this in psychology, to be honest with you. I just gave them like a bunch of answers off the top of my head. And I'm gonna tell you what, it sounded fucking really good to me. It's one of those times when Charles talks some really good bullshit, and even he doesn't know if he's telling the truth or not. So it's like, fuck yeah. And then I did check it, and sure enough, I guess it turns out I was in fact incorrect. And I don't know, it seemed like an interesting topic of conversation that could be extended into a bunch of other things. And for once, wouldn't be having to talk about murder. And that sounds pleasant to me and a good palate cleanser. You know what I mean? So, yeah, after Amy's live, we're going to come back here. Well, I was trying to be polite about it, Thomas. Gosh. But yeah, you know, it just seemed like an interesting conversation. And there's one thing I love more than murder and serial killers and all this other crap and psychology and all this other junk, and that is literally music. It's a very peaceful, and that includes the angry, screamy shit too. You believe it or not. I'm going to try to do as much as I can tonight and have a live about the psychology behind musical resonance. You know, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, hopefully you'll understand by the live. But then At the same time, you know, it's like we listen to certain artists and whatnot when we want to go fight. We want to listen to certain artists when we want to go fuck. We want to listen to certain artists when we want to go, you know, just do about everything. We listen to music as we walk down the wedding aisle. There's music playing at funerals. There's always, it's always music. So hopefully you understand what I'm talking about. And it just sounds like an interesting, non-violent conversation, I guess. But oh, I guess I'll wait like 4 or 5 more minutes to see how everybody else is doing. Hello, Piggy. I'm trying to say hi to everybody. Hi, Nicole. Abby. Because you're awesome. That's why I always want. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that, like saying hi to everybody. That sounds like a nice thing to do. I think I said hi to everybody. Hi, Diana. I wasn't sure she was gonna be at work or not, so I didn't know if she was gonna be here. So. Huh. What happened last night? I left pretty quickly, so yeah, I had my own life going on at the time. All the beautiful ladies in this chat, seriously. So who was? Well, now I kind of want to know who they're talking about, honestly. Yeah, I'm hearing. I haven't. You know, I have not seen the video yet. I need to look that shit up. I just. I don't watch the news, and believe it or not, I guess we're having some sort of storm or massive fucking something or other passing over or next to us at the moment in time because there's flooding outside that's literally waist deep. No joke. Earlier, I was walking on the sidewalk and the water was over my knee, and I guess they were doing sidewalk repairs, but they just didn't get to finish because of rain showed up, I guess. And as I'm walking, I'm not paying much attention. I'm trying to record, what I'm saying, and I take a step, and apparently it's a chunk of sidewalk that they've removed because they're going to redo it, I guess, as soon as possible. And I just dropped in there, and luckily my phone was in my hand and not in my pocket. My wallet did get wet, but it was damn near right below my waist. And mind you, I am 6'4", so do the math. That's about 3'2" or so, at the least. And yeah, I was waist deep in fucking water. I had to literally climb out of this fucking thing to get out. Didn't fall either. I landed right on my feet, and I was still damn near waist deep. And anybody tries to say I'm lying about that, the pants I'm actually wearing at the moment has water line on them because they're still damp, and it's probably like 2 inches below my waist. But yeah, I hear a lot of times people ask the question since I live in Florida, "Hey, do you have to go far to get to a beach?" And I think I found the right answer finally, and that answer is, "Nah, friend. If you are too far from the beach will fucking come find you." What I mean by that is, if you saw the video, I mean, it's a really dark video, so it's really hard to tell what's going on. But there's the streets right outside my house is massively flooded with, like I said, well over knee deep in water at the moment, and it just was pretty dry when the sun was out. So this is happening in like, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. I still haven't checked the news. There might be some sort of tropical storm or some shit going by. But as I said, Chevy, go ahead and post the link again. I will keep this live going for another minute or two. Anybody want to come watch over at Amy's channel? They can. I just don't want to cock block her again for the second night because that would be rude. And I'm not a rude person. Thank you, Chevy. And all of you, if you have the time, if you know about Delphi, if you don't, I don't know, maybe come check it out. Maybe don't. Maybe it's not your thing. I understand either way it goes. I will be over there, and I'm guessing. What? Wait, what? hold up. Hey, we don't save that those set of numbers, Peggy. Those numbers are bad. Not really. But yeah, everybody can meet us over there. We're gonna have a good time, and then probably come back over here after that. All right. Peace. Thank you for coming. Mwah.